Welcome everyone. My name is Garam, and today's topic is about cultivating meaningful friendships. Let's get started. This week, I began to wonder the importance of cultivating friendships. I feel like I've always been a friend collector, but never really took the time to build meaningful friendships until last year. As we get older, we can get caught up in the busyness of our lives and forget to maintain our existing friendships or make space for new friendships. A deeper connection requires you to spend time and be willing to be vulnerable about your life with others. I feel that I've always felt like I'm inconveniencing people the more often I reach out to them. It wasn't until I started to find friends who were willing to spend more time with me that I started to feel more comfortable reaching out to them regularly. As I began to spend more time in these friendships, I began to learn how to listen and communicate more effectively based on their personality traits and learning style. As someone who started to take their faith more seriously for a little over a year, I struggled with whether I should only have friends who are active followers of Christ. I felt that maybe I needed more time to be stronger in my faith in order to be a light for non-believers. But then my friend Mitchell reminded me yesterday that there are people who get saved and immediately begin to share the word of Christ with others. It was then I realized that it doesn't take accolades of biblical knowledge or years of studying the word that makes you more qualified to be a light for others. As a believer, I believe that it's important to have a close circle of friends who are active in their walk with Christ that you can always go to, but also to be open to new or existing friendships towards those who are non believers. Who knows? We may be the only believer of Christ in their lives. I don't have all the answers when a friend is seeking my counsel, but one way I've been able to handle this is to ask God for wisdom in how to approach the situation and what words I can share to encourage or guide them during this time. Hebrews chapter 10, verse 24 to 25 says, "Let us think of ways to motivate one another to acts of love and good works, and let us not neglect our meeting together, as some people do, but encourage one another, especially now that the day of his return is drawing near." The Bible encourages us to support one another in staying faithful and to motivate each other to live according to God's plan. Even if a friend is a non believer, they will be drawn to us as we share kindness and reflect God's love. Friendships are not exempt from conflicts, but the Bible teaches us that forgiveness and reconciliation are key to restoring friendships. In Matthew chapter 18, verse 15, Jesus gives advice on how to handle disagreements, encouraging direct conversation and seeking peace. Ephesians chapter 4 verse 32 reminds us to be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as in Christ God forgave you. True friends are willing to forgive and heal from hurts. Ultimately, the Bible shows us that Jesus is the perfect example of a friend. In John chapter 15 verse 15, he says, "I no longer call you servants, because a servant does not know his master's business. Instead, I have called you friends, for everything that I learned from my Father I have made known to you." Jesus shows us what true friendship looks like: selfless, compassionate, and full of unconditional love. As we follow his example, we can deepen our understanding of what it means to be a good friend. In closing, friendships are a beautiful gift from God, bringing joy, support, and encouragement into our lives. Through friends, we share laughter, find comfort, and receive help when we need it most. Meaningful friendships reflect God's love and show the selfless nature of Christ, standing by us in both happy and tough times. By choosing friends who share godly values and being faithful, we honor the gift of friendship during our walk with Christ. As we follow Jesus, the ultimate friend, we learn to forgive, show grace, and support one another. Let's cherish the friendships we have and seek to build new ones rooted in God's love.